Hello everybody, it's ToonGal 12 here, back for a new reaction. So, how appropriate is the shirt that I am wearing today for this reaction? If any of you out there in the greater internet is part of any of these lost media groups at all, then you may already be aware of this little project, but for the uninitiated, way back when, i.e. the early 90s, obviously the Sailor Moon anime is like infamous. It's probably one of like the most famous animes ever in regards to just how well known it is worldwide, like between America and just everywhere. Well, back in the 90s, America almost didn't get Sailor Moon. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to really get into all the nitty-gritty details. There are so many other videos out there on YouTube that you can find that will go into all the greater details of how this video that we're about to watch came about. There's actually an entire documentary there that you can look in on, but to try and sum this up, very long story short, way back when American dubbing companies were trying to obtain the rights to the Sailor Moon anime, basically there was just like a lot of production problems and I guess a lot of just various problems with trying to see like which company was ultimately going to get the rights to Sailor Moon to dub it. And from what I'm reading here from the video that I'm going to be using to react to this video, which I will provide links in the comments below, this person said, quote, "I appreciate the work that Toon Makers and Renaissance Atlantic put into this project that was commissioned by Bandai and Toei. For a long time, people assumed that this Americanized pitch was solely because of America, when in reality Toei asked for this, but they failed to provide the right budget to Renaissance Toon Makers, so they worked with what they were given." So yeah, so apparently if this company wasn't able to get the rights to dub the actual anime, what they were going to do instead was they were going to take basically like the bare bones aspects of the anime slash manga, whatever you want to call, and they decided to make their own version of it. So what we're about to see is an unreleased test pilot for an Americanized version of Sailor Moon. And apparently this has actually been lost, or at least thought lost, for a very long time. If any of you guys look into different channels like Blame It on George and other lost media groups and things, for a very long time, I don't know where, it must have been at some convention that somebody out there played this pilot at this convention, or at least clips of it, and for a very long time all we had were just these like fuzzy shaky cam footage of this possible pilot that some people didn't even think was real at all and it was just a joke. But there was proof that this did exist out there, and it wasn't until just now, just like within the last year or so, that some very determined treasure hunter out there managed to find the footage, and it's now uploaded on YouTube for everybody to enjoy. So we're gonna sit back, relax, and take a look at this very weird, like, cracked mirror version of the Sailor Moon that we kids could have almost gotten back in the 90s, and I am very interested to see what America's version of Sailor Moon is going to be in comparison to the real thing. So let's cue this up, sit back and relax, and watch the American Saban Moon pilot, which, by the way, I don't think the actual company Saban had anything to do with this. For some reason, just within internet circles, that's what the fans are dubbing this anyway, like, I guess just as a joke. So if any of you out there, which I will provide links in the comments, but if any of you out there want to search for more information on the background of this, try typing in something like American Sailor Moon or Saban Moon Pilot, and it'll come right up. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that's the name that that the greater internet has dubbed this. So, anyway, here we go. Here is the unreleased pilot for An American Sailor Moon. Ready? 3, 2, 1, play. It's so epic. Okay, we're already getting the Deep Cloverway logo. I remember that from way back when.
Once upon another place, our solar system was besieged. Wicked Queen Beryl and her evil
Queen
forces
Beryl,
of
okay.
darkness captured the outer planet and seized their jewels of power. The Princess Warriors ruled Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and the Earth's moon.
Okay.
To become absolute ruler,
Sounding like the
Queen
real
Beryl
thing
must
so
defeat
far.
the Princess Warriors and obtain the remaining cosmic jewels of power.
Alright, not
The
too
royal
far off.
families of the 5 inner planets, led by beautiful Queen Serenity.
Queen
formed
Serenity.
an alliance
Alright,
to
so they're
defeat
definitely
Queen,
pulling from the
making the
Deke
moon
dub for
their
this.
capital.
Or I guess what would
To
become the
affirm
Deke
the
dub.
new Confederation, Queen Serenity announced
Confederation?
the
What is this,
birth of
Star
her
Trek?
daughter, Sailor Moon, to Darien, Prince.
Darien. Oh, I remember those
A great
names.
celebration was held on the moon to honor the momentous occasion.
Oh god, here they are. Oh man.
Was surrounded by her closest friends, the Princess Warriors, Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Venus, and Sailor Jupiter.
Black Sailor Jupiter, okay.
So looked forward to this day.
At last we will be together.
Darien placed a star pendant around Sailor Moon's neck and presented her with a single rose.
A symbol of my everlasting love.
A chilling breeze swept the rose from his hand.
It's Beryl.
We could just see it.
Found us.
You don't have to narrate what we're seeing.
Finally at hand. Now the darkness shall have dominion. The solar system is mine. Behold Queen Beryl and
Is that Queen Beryl or Rita Repulsa?
bring me the jewels of power.
Oh my god! Did you see he's cross-eyed?
Stop them!
These aliens look like
Princesses,
unused aliens from the Star Trek cartoon back in the 70s. I like the Sky Flyers, those are neat.
the royal family.
You could tell that was going to be a toy at some point.
To you to pilot the galleon.
I can't leave you now.
There's no time to argue. You must save as many as you can.
Quickly, take the jewels. You and the other princesses must escape with Darien to Earth. But there's no time to explain. You princesses now possess the most powerful...
This is so weird seeing their outfits without the bows on them.
The vortex. There you can hide in a different
Is
dimension.
that supposed to be
Beryl
Luna?
cannot follow. I will find a way to communicate with you, but you must leave now.
Their acting sounds so much like they recorded all these lines in just one take. Oh, jeez. She just doesn't care that Luna almost fell to her death.
Galleon before it's too late. Watch out!
Watch out! Oh no! My friend almost died.
Look out! No!
It's interesting seeing Mercury as a redhead. Which, that's weird that we never got a redheaded Sailor Senshi.
Faster! To the vortex and beyond oblivion. Oh, Luna. Home seems so far away now.
Hey, Vic. Vicky. Victoria.
Okay, I'll give it this. At least they're using an actual live cat and not the puppet cat from the live action Sailor Moon from Japan.
Whoa! There goes one of my 9 lives.
The dance! brother. Okay, let's shoot this footage so we can have stuff to use for commercials.
Statistically speaking, I am going to find the cutest guy at the dance.
No, you won't.
And why not?
Because he'll be dancing with me.
Sailor, Sailor Moon. Okay, I'll admit this song is catchy. I was just about to say earlier, was that girl powder puffing her face with a sponge loofah from the shower? What? She actually clicks off the theme song. Wait, does that mean that that entire dance sequence was happening inside her head? What? I think I've seen that toy before. I wonder if they repurposed that into the actual Sailor Moon toys when they got the rights. Okay, this is interesting. They're turning into cartoons. This is so Power Rangers. Oh yeah.
They sailed to the planet Jupiter on their sky flyers to do battle with Queen Beryl's dark forces.
So, this is what I missed the dance for? You guys are in for it. And if I
Of
break
course
the
this is a
nail,
girl
you're
cartoon, that this
really
is all they care about is the dance.
Why don't we have a party right here?
Sounds good to me, but I think these guys are too out of shape to dance. Why don't we burn off a few pounds?
Mars, fire, ignite!
A little high voltage, boys.
Okay, they actually did copy the actual anime poses from that one.
I like your style. Let me teach you a new style.
Okay, I can appreciate this. The fact that they have a wheelchair-bound character and she's not just like guarding the base or nothing. They actually have her involved in the fights. I will give them that. That's impressive. Not too many cartoons did that.
Are you alright? Hey, somebody answer that phone.
That's all their attacks are. They all just shoot laser beams and that's it.
Moon is hurt.
Oh, tuxedo mask.
Rose. Look. Who can it be?
Oh, okay, they copied the anime poses there, too.
The rose. It's fading. Look. He's gone. I wonder who he was.
I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Vicky, Victoria.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Where are you daydreaming this time, Victoria? Outer space?
No, Miss Scrum. I'm right here. On Earth.
That was kind of a creepy smile. And that's it, that's all it is. Okay, so interesting. That was American Sailor Moon, and oh my god, for those of you out there who have this hatred for the original Deke dub and all of its arguably bad acting and all the cuts that it made, take a look at what you could have got. Now, of course, just having only 10 minutes to work with, maybe that's a bit unfair to say, but like, oh my god, just the animation, the jump to live action, there was so much I was just not prepared for. Okay, good things though. I'm surprised. There actually was a lot of good in this. For one, I actually didn't mind the song. That actually, obviously maybe didn't sound as epic as the Fighting Evil by Moonlight and all that, but it could have worked. I was actually okay with it. And probably the biggest thing that this has over the real show is the more inclusive cast. The fact that we have an African American character as one of the Sailor Scouts, that was cool. And we have a wheelchair using Sailor Scout. That's the thing I'm actually most impressed of, because it seems like a lot of cartoons, especially in the early 90s, when they tried to be inclusive, they would have these wheelchair-bound characters that, I guess would a lot of times be integral to the plot, but I guess for physical reasons they wouldn't really be doing much. They'd mostly have them be like the nerdy computer expert, or they'd be the ones to guard the base or anything. Professor X from the X-Men was probably one of the exceptions, but even then, it's usually the rest of the X-Men that are doing most of the fighting, and he's just using his mental powers and stuff. So I was actually really impressed. The fact that, one, they don't do the thing where when she turns into a Sailor Senshi, she suddenly loses the chair and is able to walk again. That would have been awful, so I'm so glad they didn't do that. And the fact that even though as a Sailor Scout she's still in like the Professor X hover chair thing, and she's still like fighting and using gadgets and stuff, that's actually very impressive. I will give them that. Like, there's a lot of modern media now that doesn't even do that, so kudos to them. I actually am impressed with that. But yeah, even though I am glad that we eventually did get the real Sailor Moon in some form or another, I'm gonna be dead honest here. If this did get picked up and went to air, I have to admit, 5-year-old me probably would have ate this up. Now I'm really curious, if they did do a full-on, like, half-hour, hour-long episode, how much of the footage would have been live action, and when would they have gone to the cartoon stuff? I wonder which would have been more expensive to do. I mean, if it turned out that this whole show would be live action, and then they would just have maybe 5 or 10 minutes of cartoon, then I would feel like I got ripped off, but if they at least had a good balance between the two, then I guess we'd be alright. But yeah, it's an interesting little piece of lost history that I'm glad finally got rediscovered again. It's definitely an interesting little, like, what if? Like, what do you think? Like, leave a comment. What do you think would have happened if this went to air instead? Like, would you have been mad that we didn't get the real one? Do you think little kid you would have loved this? I don't know. I'm actually kind of at a loss for words here. I was actually expecting it to be worse than it actually was. Probably the funniest thing is just their really bad voice acting. I mean, at least it sounds like they got the same girls who were playing them in live action to do their voices in the cartoon. I can appreciate that, but they definitely needed some practice, though. I'm hoping that if this did get picked up, that they would have gotten better at voice acting, or if they figured, well, this is just a pilot, so we don't have to put our 100% into this. Maybe that was their attitude. I don't know, but just lines like,
I've so looked forward to this day.
We must stop them.
The royal families must be saved. Watch out!
Yeah, they definitely needed some voice acting practice. But yeah, that's about it. I'm actually surprised. This was better than I thought it was going to be, and very interesting mirror universe version that we somehow got. Like, I almost feel like I'm somehow have this window into another dimension, this like alternate universe of what if we got this instead. But yeah, that's about it. That was American Sailor Moon. So let me know what you think. Let me If you have anything else that you would like me to react to, definitely leave a comment below and I'll see what I can do. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and bye-bye.